First we're gonna install some things in Fedora. The rpmfusion, then the second one, and now we can install another file manager, which I like. Sudo dnf install Pcmanfm. First I'm gonna choose Belgian Azerty, ZX keyboard map BE, sudo dnf install Pcmanfm. And we're gonna add the launcher to the panel above, and of my accessories, this editor I'm gonna add to. Now we can look how to create a live USB. We install the livecd-tools package. There's a bug in livecd ISO to disk, and it's not adapted to the latest version of Fedora, like 42. It doesn't work with every Fedora version. I have used the Fedora spins mate, LXDE and XFCE. It works with and Cinnamon, I mean. Now we're gonna download the patch. We're gonna install the patch. So I do cd downloads, sudo dnf install patch. We copy livecd-tools patch to user bin. cd user bin. And then we apply the patch. Now I have 3 USBs. I booted from a USB with which I make a persistent USB of 8 gigabytes, but the ISO is on a third USB, so it's a little bit complicated. We have installed the patch. Now we go to downloads again, then sudo disk list. Now this is very important that you choose the right disk. Device the RAM and loop you don't have to pay attention to, but this is the disk I'm searching. That's my 8 gigabyte USB. Device SDB. So now I'm gonna change this. It's mounted, so we have to unmount all the partitions from this disk. And we do this with the command sudo umount device sdb asterisk. Okay, not mounted. That's what we need. Then for an 8 gigabyte USB stick, the target disk, which will be persistent, we take this command sudo livecd iso2disk overlay size megabytes 2400. The ISO is around 2400 also. The home size we take at 2300, so we have to calculate the sum. The ISO 2400, the overlay size 2400, that's 4800, and 2300, 7100 in total. I have an 8 gigabyte drive, so this should work. You should actually take a 15 gigabyte USB stick. Then you can take an overlay of 3000 and something like 10,000 or 9,000 megabytes home for a 16 gigabyte stick. Now I have here on my third USB this Fedora made alive. You can also choose Fedora made spin, Fedora cinnamon spin, and LXDE spin 42. I'm going to change this here. It has to be B. First it'll check if the checksum of the ISO is correct. Now you can enter to continue. Everything will be destroyed. Okay. Now you have your live USB with persistence. If you do this, take a 16 gigabyte USB. Thus you can put the ISO into Fedora, the system itself. Now I had to drag another USB with the ISO on it, but it makes it much easier if you make a larger persistent USB. I will put all the text beneath the video so you can check for yourself.